Hi, Indigo.
Oh, hi.
How are you doing today?
Fine, everything's fine.
Thanks for helping with my project.
Don't worry.
So can you say a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a biology student. I live here in Mexico City. And I'm now just hanging out, spending the day outside. like, you know. Yeah, so what else?
And you draw.
Of course I draw.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I love drawing like people.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that NASA is planning to send astronauts back to the moon for the first time since 1972?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Oh, you did? Where from?
From you.
Oh, from me. But other than that,
no, before that, no, I didn't know there was like a space program to do that again.
What do you think about it?
Well, it's gonna be hard, I guess. Well, not as hard as it was before because they already have all the previous information about what to do and what not to do, right? So if they did it before, I mean, it's gonna be easier now with all the technology that we have now, right? And even more, even better computers and all that technology. It's gonna be easier. And they already have the data, right? They just need to take that and update it to modern times. But what I think about that, in more like a social thing, less than a technological way. Well, I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, we did it before. It's been a lot since we did it, so why not do it again? That maybe if they do it again, they will erase all this controversy, moon landing was fake or not, right? But I mean, if the human really prepared to leave the Earth, I don't know about that. That could it could be a chain of events. But for an investigation, I think it's cool.
When you think about humanity, 200 years in the future, what do you see? Are humans still on the Earth? Are they only on the Earth? Have we branched out to other places? What's it look like?
I don't think we're ready to branch to other places. There's a lot of a social growth and mental growth to do still because we don't appreciate our planet enough. If we don't appreciate our home planet, we won't appreciate other planets, right? So for example, you have more land to live, the less you care about other land. For example, it's we have Earth, but we don't care about Earth, and if we start using other planets, it's gonna be, well, if anything happens, we just move to another planet, right? And it's well, I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. First we need to take conscience of our planet, then move to other planets. Okay, it's hard to explain, but I think you got my point, right?
Well, it's interesting. So in 1968, we had the first humans to actually go around the moon, and the most interesting thing that seemed to excite the astronauts the most was actually looking at the Earth. And so they took that picture of Earth, just a ball, and it's so fragile, so small. And some people credit that image with actually helping to invigorate and focus the environmental movement. And within a couple of years of that, we had the first Earth Day in the United States. The Environmental Protection Agency was created to help clean up the water, the land, the air. And some people think that, maybe having that perspective of, whenever we're here on Earth, if you look at this, all around us, the Earth seems so big and so strong.
Yeah, but actually it's not. Every little factor can modify the weather too much. That's another thing. The smallest change in the planet, for example, global warming, is affecting they're in miserable ways. There's another stuff that we need to care, but sometimes people tend not to worry about that because it's easier to pretend that it doesn't exist, that actually taken care of, right? So that's another thing. But to visit other planets, I'm not quite sure. Look, just see what we're doing to the planet. I don't want other planets to suffer because of us, right? One planet is enough.
Well, I mean, those other planets are very inhospitable to life.
True.
Mars is very cold, it has a very thin atmosphere. You couldn't stay outside and breathe at all, you would die.
Yeah.
Venus is very hot, has a very thick atmosphere.
Yeah,
we even sent probes to Venus.
And they melt.
And they melt.
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least we think they melted. Nobody was there to see.
Well, yeah, but they burn, just melt, and they're like they never to be seen again. But well, if we found another planet, like for example, like Earth, to live without like any like advanced civilization there, I don't know if it's gonna be like a good idea. Like first we need to make things right in our planet, then move that good conscience and that good movement to other planets. But first, make things right here.
But don't you think we could do both at the same time? Become better people and explore, and maybe the two are connected somehow.
Maybe, but I feel like it's gonna like all these new like lands gonna be like more, you know, money moves everything, and they're gonna be more how much can I sell this instead of like how can I protect this, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like maybe we're way too ambitious to be like good for other colonies in other planets.
Ambitious or selfish?
Maybe both. Like I know this planet and I want it for me. Like maybe both.
Now, if it was safe and affordable and possible, would you take a trip to space?
I mean, I would like to. Like, there's so much wonders going on there. Maybe we never seen them all, but I mean, it's a good idea to try it and see other stuff, right? Like outside, there's like, oh my god, I can't even imagine what's out there. So it's like, oh, how it look like, because we see it through telescopes, photograph, and the sky, but never like really eye to eye, right? So it's gonna be, it should be like another world experience, literally.
Now, how far would you go? Would you just go to orbit, around the Earth? Would you go to the moon? If it was possible, would you immigrate to Mars?
No, I think I won't be like going as far as Mars. Like maybe around the Earth, like at space, and that will be all. Like, I mean, how about if I get homesick? You know what I mean? Like, we don't have all this in space, and I'm gonna miss it really soon. like fresh air, for example, right? I don't want to be breathing on a tank.
Yeah, the recycled air.
Yeah.
Of course, the air you're breathing now is recycled, just a much bigger cycle.
Yeah, but no, I already have like trees and all that stuff. Not just tin.
No, just
and luck
chemical
in a ship. No, I'm not that type of person. But I really like to say like go outside, see the stars like really there, the whole planet.
You know, if you were able to create a big enough building, this all could be inside of a building, and you would feel like you have that space. I mean, what if you could recreate this in a dome on Mars?
Well, what's the point of recreating all this in the space if you already have it here, right? So there's no point of going to space.
Well, the thing is, on Mars, you could have people like re-examining every aspect of life and kind of like looking at life from scratch. Like if you could do things differently.
Well, it's gonna be that could be like a good point, like trying to see the life like progress in a different environment. Like, okay, I kind of understand that part, but I don't know. I mean, if we take like, how to say it? It's hard to put sometimes like meanings in words, but like thoughts in words. But I don't know. Like try to move all this to Mars. It would be hard, Like I don't think, maybe it's possible, maybe it's not. I need to investigate more about that. But would plants survive there? Like, I mean, surely maybe some plants can adapt, but will they be useful for us? Like, for example, you cannot just take a tree and plant it in Mars and hoping like it survive, right? Because all the nutrients in there are different, and sometimes plants require some fungi to grow, but